We can't wait to see what happens at the Victory Bell on Friday night. We are now joined by the head football coaches of Terre Haute North and Terre Haute South, Michael Ghant, Tim Herrin. Welcome back. You guys were here last year. We're back to do this thing again.
Thanks for having us out. We're looking forward to the game Friday night.
Yeah, we're excited as well. Thank you for having us out.
Coach Herrin, I'll start with you. Oh, by the way, your first home game of the year happens to be the Bell game after what happened in a wild week, too. I know you guys are excited to host this year.
Yeah, we are. We had 3 home games on the schedule only because of scheduling conflicts and got rained out and never got it made up. So this is our first home game. It's going to be senior night because it got canceled week 2. So our guys are excited to get on our field and have a little fun. And we don't care what the weather brings. We're just looking forward to a great game.
Coach,
Coach Ghant, for you, I mean, obviously this year you guys are coming in with a win. Just talk about the growth you've seen from your team year 1 into year 2. Obviously you guys get that big win at home, and now you got a chance to try and get the Bell back.
Yeah, we're excited to have the opportunity to compete with these guys. They're a very older team. And last year we were really young. We had a lot of 15, 16 sophomores starting, and now all those guys are juniors. So we're really excited. We've got a lot more maturity, a lot more discipline, a lot more experience. So we're pretty excited to compete with these guys.
What does it mean to be a part of this game? I mean, kids growing up, they want to play in this game. We'll start first with you, Coach Ghant. I mean, to be a part of this game and to be a head coach in this game now for a second year, I'm sure last year's experience helped you a little bit too.
Yeah, no, it's exciting, man. You live and die for this stuff, man. This is football. It's Terre Haute, hard-nosed, old school football. You love it. I remember, I lived right off Liberty, which wasn't too far from the stadium. Going there when I was a kid and watching the games when I was growing up, and now and I played in obviously 4 of them on varsity, so that's awesome too. And the coaching too is a lot different from playing. I'll say that. But it's exciting, man. Get your blood flowing, and everybody's a little more excited this week due to the rivalry, obviously.
Coach, chime in on that. I mean, you know what it's like to coach in this game. I mean, you're soaking it up, I'm sure.
Yeah, and our guys, we talk about it every year. It's a huge game for the community, but it's still a conference game too. We're both looking for the first conference win, and if we want to compete for a conference title, you got to win some of those conference games. And so it's a big game that way for both of us. But then, the emotions. The seniors, every senior class doesn't want to lose, and unfortunately, one of them has to. So you got to handle those emotions. But when the game starts, you got to remember it's a game, and you got to just line up and play offense, defense, special teams. If you get too caught up in the hype, the crowd, things like that, that's when you start making mistakes, and you just got to be focused and be ready to go.
Looking at this matchup, I want to ask both of you. We'll start with you, Coach Herrin. What are some things that stand out to you about Terre Haute North, and then Coach Ghant, the same thing about Terre Haute South after he answers?
As he's done a great job their second year. They're more explosive on offense. They're moving the ball a lot better than they were last year, and it shows with the guys that came back experience-wise. But they've hit a lot of big plays. And then defensively, they do some things differently, and they're going to attack you and try to take you out of what you do best. But again, it comes down to, can you minimize their big plays, and then when you have an opportunity to make that big play, and it's just going to come down to controlling your emotion.
Yeah, I mean, just to piggyback off that, I know it's very, very important to play with emotions and don't play emotional. I've been preaching that to the guys this week as well. But when it comes to, Terre Haute South, they've done a great job there. Coach Herrin's done a great job with that program. They got a lot of really good players, a lot of really good experience as well. I mean, I don't know how many seniors they have, but they have a lot. And a lot of those guys have a lot of experience. And 12 is a dude. I've known him since he moved here, because I played for Coach Wilson at ISU, but I've known him for a long time. He's a great kid, and he's also a great leader. Got a lot of speed on the outside. Obviously, three's a man, and you can tell that he's a man out there. And offensively, they're going to get the ball to that guy and also get the ball to a couple guys on the outside as well. They got a lot more speed than they did last year, in my opinion. I also think defensively, those guys rinse the ball. And it's nice to see that. Last year I didn't think they ran to the ball as much as they did this year. They got 11 hats to the ball, which is going to be a challenge for us. But like I said, they're a great team, great experience, and you can see that on offense and defense. They got a couple young guys playing on defense, but they look like they haven't missed the mark at all. So.
You touched on your seniors. There's not a lot you guys have to say to your kids to motivate them this week, I'm sure, especially your seniors. We'll start with you, Coach Ghant. You kind of let your seniors kind of take over a little bit. I mean, certainly you have your pregame speech set for this week, but I know the seniors, they kind of know what to say on a Victory Bell week.
Yeah, and we only have 7 seniors. Really, our junior class is really big. We have 27 juniors, and our sophomore class is really big. We have 23 of those, and our freshman class is massive. We have like 38, 40 freshmen. But the seniors, those guys lead by example. A lot of my seniors aren't very vocal, which is fine. There's different types of leaders everywhere you go. But Asai Minky and Zaire White has really honed in this week and get the focus right. They know it's a big game, but they also know, like Coach Herrin said earlier, this is a conference game for us as well. And we preach all week like this is another team that's just on our way in our way to get a conference title, in our way to get a sectional title, you know what I mean? And yes, the bragging rights are nice, the bell's nice, but at the end of the day, you want to win the game to go into the next week with some confidence and some swag to go and play against, you know, whoever you play week 5.
Same for your seniors, Coach Herrin. I mean, their first home game, Victory Bell, they want to keep it as a senior.
Yeah, we have 17 seniors, but I believe 12 of them are going to be 3-year starters, which is huge for us. And you know, it starts with our leadership from our seniors, how hard they play, how hard they work. It's almost like going to college practice, watching some of these guys. Their focus every day. They bring it, and they know if they bring it, everybody else is going to bring it to them. So for us, we've had a great week of practice. The weather's been great. Now it's just getting ready to finish it off tomorrow and get ready to go Friday.
You guys have a pregame meal decided for Friday night, or can you eat before a big game like this?
I'm not sure what our touchdown club's got planned, but they have something for them.
Yeah, our parent club does that as well. I'm not sure what we got, but hopefully it's good.
This is a great showcase for the community, too. We hope everyone turns out to see Terre Haute North, Terre Haute South. Kickoff 7 o'clock on the south side Friday night. We don't care if it rains, shine. Just hope there's no lightning. Thanks, coaches, for stopping by.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks for having us. It's great.